Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Emily and I am so excited to finally be making this video because I get to make fun of my husband's really terrible Lego Star Wars custom minifigs that he made himself for like the next 8 minutes. It's gonna be fantastic. But anyways, kind of a backstory on why these even exist. Back in like 2009, which is when these were made, Lego had made quite a few Star Wars characters, but apparently not enough. You see, my husband has an unquenchable thirst for clone troopers, and so during this time, I guess they didn't have enough for what he wanted, and I'm sure a lot of y'all Clone Wars bros out there can agree with that. But yeah, he took it upon himself to customize these with Sharpie, whiteout, super glue. I know you guys are like, what, super glue? There's a lot of super glue in here, as well as pieces of Dumbledore's cape. So there's a lot going on in here. Thankfully, through time, Lego did end up making a lot of the characters that Ross had made into like official, real Lego minifigs, which is good. He doesn't have to like rely on these anymore because they are just, they're really bad. They're terrible. And so throughout this video, how this is gonna work is I'm gonna show you the official Lego version of the minifig, and then I'm gonna show you my husband's version. And it's okay if you laugh at it, if you're just like, what even is that? It's terrible. That's how you should feel. But at least we all get to make fun of these together today, so that'll be a blast. And throughout this video, don't forget to leave a comment down below because I need to hear your thoughts on these. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll stop talking. Let's get right into it. Okay, so as we do this, we're gonna go in order of the best looking customs all the way down to the worst looking customs, because if we're being real, the worst looking ones are actually the best because they're just hilarious. That being said, we're gonna start with some pretty decent ones. And when I say decent, like these aren't bad. They're not good, but they're definitely not bad, especially compared to the others. So we're gonna start here with Commander Bacara. And just quick side note, look how fancy this is with a dual camera setup, just saying. But anyways, yeah, you can see a lot of the fabric along him. That's the thing that stood out to me the most, at least, was all that fabric. That's actually Dumbledore's cape, and my husband cut that up and then used whiteout, it looks like, along it to make it actually white. So yeah, he did that. He didn't even do a good job because like he definitely needed a second coat of paint or something, but it looks pretty terrible. And then also we have a little bit of pink on his arm. I'm not even sure if that's on purpose. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or if my husband messed up while painting. But then on the face, we cannot avoid talking about this. He just Sharpied the face on, which is just crazy to me. But yeah, it's not terrible. It's not good, but yeah, it's definitely not terrible. Oh yeah, and also he like super glued this little, what is that, an antenna type thing onto the side. So yeah, this was a Stormtrooper, and now it's this. So moving on now to Commander Bly, and as you can see, this one really isn't that bad. He has the goggles kind of super glued on, and I know super glue is not good, but he did a decent job with that actually. And then I guess he just took like a yellow highlighter to the rest of the helmet. As you can see, like the coloration along the top there. And then for the pauldron on this one, my husband actually cut up some fabric from the Lego Castle line. And as you can kind of see on the inside there, you can see like the dragon fabric. But besides that, there's really not too much going on him. I mean, obviously it's not good. The pauldron over here, it looks like he used whiteout again and then like Sharpie over it, which is an interesting technique. And a quick side note about the two characters I just showed you is that Lego still hasn't made either of those characters in minifig form. So I wouldn't be lying when I say that my husband's version is better than whatever Lego came up with. Just saying. Okay, moving on now to the Kashyyyk Trooper, and as you can see, there's a lot of really nice printing on him. The colors look really good, and apparently at this point in time, Lego had made this one here. My husband wanted a second one, I guess, so he took it upon himself to make his own custom version. So he pretty much just got this far here, and he only did the helmet because it looked so bad. He immediately regretted it and didn't do the rest of the body. But what it looks like to me is he just took some green and blue Sharpie and just went to town. So I almost forgot about this one. We have Commander Green now, and okay, so let's just check out the minifig first. It's a pretty cool minifig, you know, again, great printing. I love that. The colors look great. He has the nice overalls there, which are pretty cool, and also the printing on the helmet is fantastic. Like, this is a really cool minifig. And then here's the back as well, those overalls printing. It's fantastic. So for this minifig, my husband decided to make a custom version of it because they hadn't yet made an official Commander Gree. So I'm happy he now has it, you know, that's always great. Let's take a look at the custom version because I don't know, I don't think you can tell them apart. They're really good. Here's his custom version, and as you can see, he basically just Sharpied all over it with markers, I guess, blue and green again. It looks like the same technique actually as this helmet here, you know, there's definitely some similarities. But yeah, it's pretty bad. However, something to note is that it's kind of nice that they both have the overalls. You know, he like really tried to make that happen. You can kind of see those black lines along the front, and they're also on the back, so good for him. You know, he's like sticking to the source material. They both do have those overalls. And also this one does have the really old Clone Trooper face here. So it's just really bad, but I do appreciate that he did fill in both of the sides. Like you can see those green spots filled in on the helmet there. So, you know, he at least tried his best to make it good. But yeah, I'm very glad that they finally made an official version for him, because I just kind of feel bad for him. You know, he just really wanted this figure and then just destroyed one in the process. Okay, so moving on to the clone pilot now, and as you can see, LEGO did eventually make an official version, which is good. However, apparently they got it wrong with the fin on the top. There shouldn't be a fin there, so that's kind of disappointing. I guess LEGO didn't want to make the new mold for it. He's apparently the only clone trooper in episode 2 that's not supposed to have the fin, so that's kind of disappointing. But anyways, the way that we know that this is a clone pilot is because it has those 2 red emblems on the top as well as the yellow. And so now that you've gotten a pretty good look at the official version of this minifig, let's check out my husband's. So here's his clone pilot. Pretty cute. At least it doesn't have the fin. You know, at least there's no fin, so he kind of got that right, I guess. But he also took to the Sharpie on this one to draw in the clone trooper face. And this is actually a backwards helmet he used. So you can kind of see this like breathing tube connected to like the eye area, I don't know, like the visor area on the helmet, I'm not sure what that's called. So he super glued that on, turned around the helmet, and then drew the face. And then something to note is that his arms are actually yellow, and I was really confused about that, like what character did he use, like what minifig parts did he grab that were yellow? And I guess they used to be white, but I guess they had yellowed through time. And also there's actually a giant crack on the back of one of them, as you can see there, so yeah, battle wounds or something, I don't know. But you know, it's actually kind of a shame because this minifig came from a B-Wing set, so he really just wasted a minifig on this. Okay, so we're moving on now to probably one of the best ones here. I mean, obviously we're going in that order anyways, but still, this is fantastic. So we're just gonna start with the actual minifig version, of course. So here's the official LEGO version of Aayla Secura, and this is a fantastic minifig. I love this minifig. That hairpiece is just beautiful. They did a great job with it. Overall, looks fantastic. However, I guess LEGO hadn't made one at this point yet, and so my husband, once again, got creative with super glue, and yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites so far. It's pretty terrible, kind of scary looking. I can't even do this. Okay, let me show you. So here is Ross's version. As you can see, there's some beautiful marker techniques on the top, and then he actually brought the marker down onto the torso. So as you can see on the official LEGO version, her shirt comes down a little bit, and so I guess Ross was trying to mimic that on his custom version, but then I guess he used a marker over a yellow Lego head with blue that turned it green, and so now you can't really even see a face. It's just kind of disturbing, honestly. He didn't touch the pants on her at all, so that's kind of good. And then, yeah, let's just talk about the back there. So he was trying to mimic her kind of tentacle things on her head, and so we took some teeth, painted them blue, and then super glued them to the back there. So yeah, voila, now we have a beautiful Aayla Secura right here. Pretty fantastic. I actually really like this one. It's just hilarious. Okay, so finally, here's the best one. This is just, it's good. It's really good. Okay, but the character that he was trying to, I don't know, make a custom for is Shaak Ti, and this is the same species as Ahsoka. Let me just fix her lightsaber. There we go. Yeah, this is a beautiful minifig. Again, the hairpiece is fantastic. The printing looks amazing. She does have that kind of goofy Clone Wars printing, so it's a bit cartoony, but overall great minifig. And here's my husband's. So there's a lot to unpack here. There really is. This is his version of Shaak Ti, and as you can see, he got very creative with the super glue, but we'll get to that in a sec. Basically what he did was take a normal Jedi torso, he switched out the hands to make them red, and then colored her face red, because I guess it used to be yellow, so he painted over that, or markered, or sharpied, whatever he did. He also painted a beautiful smile on her, and he didn't forget the eyelashes, which is good. And so as you can see, my husband used a very similar technique as what he did on Aayla Secura with the tentacles on the back of her head, just super gluing some teeth there. He also super glued some teeth onto either side of Shaak Ti's head and then painted blue stripes on them. And then for some reason put like a blue stud on top. I really don't understand that reasoning. That's kind of what got to me the most, was like all of these were active decisions, you know, and at some point my husband was like, yeah, let's put a blue stud on top. That'll help. That'll make it better than it already was. yeah, kind of interested. And also just side note real quick, the head that they used for this kind of looks like Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't think it is actually a Qui-Gon Jinn face printing, but it's definitely something kind of similar to what that would look like. All right, well that's just about everything. I had a blast making this video for you guys. This was so much fun just going through a lot of my husband's old Lego Star Wars customs from like 10 years ago. This was a lot of fun. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel down below. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.